Hey everybody, Chris here with Santa's Laser Engraving. So I've been in the shop this afternoon doing some work and came across something that means a lot to me and has some sentimental value, and wanted to show you kind of what I had done. You noticed the title of this video is a tribute to my mother-in-law, and she was an artist and did all kinds of work, in painting, using pens and pencils and oils and all kinds of different things. Fortunately, last year, November the 1st, we lost not only my mother-in-law but father-in-law in an automobile accident. And so this has become even more near and dear to my heart. We had found some of these. These are old lap desks. And what she had done was she had actually drawn with a pencil on some of those. And so what I wanted to do was to try and come up with some way to kind of make a little memorial, I guess you could say, for this, and maybe be able to trace it. So I'm going to show you kind of what I did, and it might not be the right way, but it was the way I found to get this done. So let me show you what I did. So I thought several different ways of trying to do this. Maybe take it and put it in AutoCAD and trace it through. Maybe take it and put it into ImageR and let it do it. But I wanted to try the Lightburn Camera Trace. So that's kind of what I did. This is the second one that I just picked up and showed you a while ago. But the next photo will be the one that I actually have worked on. But just wanted to show you kind of what my thoughts were to begin with. So this was the first one, and as you can see, there was a lot of dark shadows to start with. So here we are back in Lightburn again, and this is the second board that we had seen to begin with. And you'll notice that it's very light, kind of hard to see. So I came into Lightburn, and of course you have the trace option. But as everybody knows who's tried to use it, it'll pick up all kinds of extraneous stuff, and a lot of times it doesn't pick up anything that you really need. So you begin to play with your threshold, you begin to play with the cutoff to try to get that somewhere where you want to. So there's a couple of things that I ended up doing. One of the first things was I actually came over here and started using some of these brightness and contrast and some of these other things that are inside here now. So if, for example, if I can take this one, if you'll notice right here, this has already got darker than this. So any changes you make right here, you must go back over here to the capture and update your overlay. So see, I'm starting to get a little more color in there. So you can come back over here again. We'll take that brightness down a little bit further. It looks really dark there, but if you come back over here and capture it a second time, we're getting a little closer. So now that I've got that, let's change the contrast just a little bit. Probably going the wrong way, but we'll see here in just a minute. Back over to capture and update. Now, I'm starting to get a little more crisp lines actually, for what I can see. So let's go back into trace and let me show you one other thing that I ended up doing. So right now the border for this thing is everywhere. So clear your border out and then go in and draw your border just around what you want to work on. And then you can once again work inside there. And as you'll notice, I can get a lot better coverage to begin with by just using that area. Now, the one thing that I did try also is instead of using the whole thing, I came in and did this. I made one little section. That helped out tremendously too. As you can see, I've got about 90% of it. And if I play with this just a little bit more, I can probably get it down to where we need it to. The only problem that I saw is areas like right here where you've got a bit of the line and then it just kind of dies away here. So if you pick up on your second portion of it, you're either going to have overlap lines or you're going to have a lot of lines in there that you may end up having to erase. So play back and forth with this. It's something that I've not messed with too much as far as the camera's trace. I have used it on the image part, but I haven't used it very much as far as coming off of the actual machine itself. So if you have a camera, try this under Lightburn. There's a lot of good features there that you can mess with to try to get a better trace. And so this was the final that I came up with before I engraved it onto the board.
so now it's finished up. And as you can see, it came out pretty good. I was actually pretty impressed with how that worked, and it came out really well. It'll be something that's going up in Santa's workshop very, very soon.
There it is, everyone. Worked hard today to work this out, and kind of enjoyed using the Lightburn camera portion of the trace, being able to mess with the brightness and contrast some to see how that all affected what I was working on. So probably wasn't the fastest way. I would pretty much guarantee that if I put it in ImageR, it would probably have been a lot quicker, but it was a nice way to work through how Lightburn is dealing with things like that, especially when you're looking at it from your point of view on your machine. So if you got another way that you would have done it, please let me know. Leave a comment down below so I can learn more about which ways these can be done. I've got another one that you guys saw at the very beginning that I've got to also do as well. And so this is a moment here that I'm very proud of. I think it's a great memorial to my mother-in-law. We miss them very much, and it'll be up in the shop soon, like I said a minute ago. And as always, if you would like and subscribe this, we'd appreciate you very, very much. And everyone have a wonderful evening.